Joined by Dave Macedo, the head men's basketball coach at Virginia Wesleyan College. They were picked number 1 in this season's preseason poll, receiving 11 first-place votes. Coach, talk to us a little bit about your team. You've got 4 starters back, including last year's Player of the Year, DJ Woodmore.
Well, I do think it's a good group, and we've been anxious to coach this group, but we have a long way to go. We are a work in progress in so many ways. We have talent, but we still have some question marks to answer, and we certainly can play a lot more consistently and play harder at times. But, I think they have some experience. I hope we'll use that. I hope we'll have some good leadership. I expect to. And I think we're going to get better and better, but we're not there yet. It's very early on.
The 4 players I mentioned, all seniors now, and they've been groomed a little bit through the NCAA process 2 years ago, being up at Williams College last year, going against an eventual national champion in UW Whitewater. What does that experience do for them? What do you expect it to do for them coming into this year?
Well, I hope it motivates them to try to play some home games in the NCAA tournament. If we're fortunate to get there, because those 2 places we played, they're just real tough places to come out ahead, and I think that's a goal of ours. But I hope they can use every kind of circumstance to their advantage. They've had a good off season. I think this is a close group. They have a lot of chemistry. But it's a day-by-day process, and we're trying to enjoy that process.
Talk about the preseason process a little bit right now. You generally bring in large freshman classes. How's this year's class gelling with the experience you've got coming back from last year?
Well, we lost 5 seniors and 5 guys that were good chemistry guys and 1 really talented athletic player who we're going to miss. So we have to do that by committee, and I think we'll have a few guys pushing some people to practice. We've had a few injuries early on, but I think for the most part, I'd like to see, where these new guys, if they can be consistent, if they can end up, contributing in our top 10. I'd like to say we're going to be a deeper team, but only time will tell.
I think one of the questions people would have if they look on paper at your roster right now, you look pretty much set on the wing and at the guard positions, but what's going to happen down low? As you mentioned, Donald Vaughn not here for last year, first teamer. What's the idea right now of working in the paint?
Well, like you said, I think we have some great players on the wing. We have some drivers, we have some shooters, but our post game probably is a work in progress at times. Our 4 is not a conventional 4-man, and our 5, we have 3 guys that are kind of in the mix for that, and we're going to see who kind of gives us the best chance to give positives and be consistent. But we're excited about those guys, and they've all gotten better. Now it's just a matter of getting that confidence to go out there and contribute and play their role as best they can.
Let's have a look at the conference outlook a little bit right now. 3 teams in the national top 25 by D3Hoops.com.
Sure.
Your squad, number 2, Randolph-Macon and Hampton-Sydney at 24 and 25. Talk a little bit about what you expect out of the league.
Well, I think the league, I'm part of it, but I think it's the top league in the country year in and year out. And how do you judge that? You judge that on the quality of the coaches, the players, the teams that advance to the postseason and in the NCAA tournament. And I just think, from top to bottom, it's going to be another really, really difficult season to get through. I think Hampton-Sydney is extremely talented and well coached. I think Randolph-Macon, Guilford, the traditional powers are always going to be there. And then certainly, everybody else has gotten better. I really believe that, it's going to be a lot of parity in our league, and who's shooting the ball well on a certain night and who's able to handle the atmosphere, and who can find ways to win, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing the progress of the Marlins this year on the court. Good luck this season.
Thanks a lot, JJ.